Welcome back to section 3.2. We're on the third one, so this is video C, kind of breaking this up, kind of a long section. Today what we want to do is we want to talk about how well the line fits the data. We're going to talk about standard deviation and R-squared with this regression. And so again, we're going to kind of use those residuals. You can kind of estimate the typical prediction error. As we can see, the least squares regression line is not perfect, but we can certainly see what kind of typical prediction errors we're going to run into. So the standard deviation, sorry, I got cut off in the PowerPoint here, but of the residuals, it measures the size. So it basically tells you, well, what's the typical distance between the actual y's and the predicted y values. So we have all those y values, and again, that line of best fit should hopefully minimize those as we go. And again, the standard deviation of the residuals gives us a numerical estimate of the average size of that. Now, again, there's another one that tells us how well the least squares regression line predicts those, and that's R-squared. And again, the formula's there, and don't worry so much about that. The important thing is being able to interpret it, not so much calculate it. So the coefficient of determination, that's what we call R-squared. It measures the percent reduction in the sum of the squared residuals when using the least squares regression line to make predictions, okay, rather than the mean of y. So in other words, what R-squared measures is the percent of the variability in the response variable that is accounted for by the least squares regression line. There's some other factors, obviously, that would do that, but that just kind of tells you what can you attribute to the least squares regression line. So that's what R-squared tells you, basically. How well are we doing here? All right, and again, it's much better. R-squared tells how much better the least squares regression line does at predicting values of y than simply guessing the mean of each value at the data set. So again, that's kind of the value of using that R-squared. And again, their calculator and computer readouts will give us that. Okay, so let's take a look back here. With our forward F-150s that we have here, we came up with the least squares equation. P hat is equal to 38,257 minus our 0.1629, you could call that X or miles driven, whatever you want to call that. And so for this, as we do our technology, standard deviation is going to be 5,740, and R-squared is going to be 0.66. So what does that mean? And that's kind of what we're focusing on, is what's the meaning of it. The standard deviation, again, tells us that the actual price is typically, we're about $5,740 away when we use the least squares regression line to predict it with X miles driven. Okay, so you might say, well, it's not that great. Well, yeah, there's some variability there, obviously. Now, R-squared, with that being 0.66, it tells us that about 66% of the variability of the price of that F-150 is accounted for by that line. Okay, so by that line, we're accounting for 66% of the variability. Okay, now, like I said, we'll take a look here at the number of different software packages that we can look at. The big thing is being able to pick out what do those mean. So when you see something like this, Minitab's a program, very common. It's been around since I was in college, so it's been around for quite some time. And what you'll see here is it'll say, your coefficient, you'll have your constant. That's kind of what we start with. That's the y-intercept. The miles driven, you can kind of see that that's the slope. S is going to be that standard deviation, and then R-squared, they don't use the actual exponent, but RSQ, that means R-squared is there. So that way we can pick those out using the Minitab. Okay, there's another one, JMP, that we use too, that you can see here, R-square, there it is, right there. The root mean square error. Okay, so that's going to be your standard deviation on this one. Okay, and then down here, again, you can see that your intercept, where we start with the y-intercept, is going to be here at 38,257, and then the miles driven here, of course, that's the x variable that we're looking at. That's your slope. That's how it's changing with that. Okay, so we're going to kind of just work on the idea of interpreting S, the standard deviation, and R-squared. So again, we're going to look at that. We'll give you some problems to work on there. Not so much worried about computing it, but using technology either given to you or the calculator, being able to put it in there and get that R-squared value and be able to figure that out from there. So, all right, until next time, I am Mr. Boone.